But I've got something here that I did write. You know,
how many concerts have you been to doing this?
I don't know, maybe 40, 50.
And you get backstage next to any celebrity you want to get next to?
Yeah, meet them and get pictures with them. And
you have a little press pass on?
Sure, something like they'll give me a media pass like that. You know, it'll be waiting at the ticket place, and then they give you a little thing like this, maybe that says guest, and it'll have the magazine's initials on there. And then if you get photo passes, this is a photo pass from a concert that I went to see.
And that means you can go back and take any pictures you want to take?
No, you get right up on stage and take the pictures of them.
You have no real true credentials?
Well, you know, you can go to an ID place and you can get one of these press cards. Anybody can get it, anywhere. As long as that just has your picture on it and your name, which means it's a photo, just an ID card.
And it just says press. Could mean pressing me on the forehead if you vote.
And in other words, and I checked to find out how the authorities look at it, and it's just a picture ID card. Is all it is.
Well, okay. Well, please welcome the authors of the book, Sponging: How to Live Off the Ones You Love, Jay and Rob, and also welcome sociologist Pepper Schwartz to the show. She's a sociologist whose job is to observe people's behavior. I'm going to start with you first, Pepper. What do you think about everything that we've shown so far today? There's people who think that it's okay to sponge off of someone else. What do you think?
I think if everybody thought this way, nobody could trust anybody, nobody could appreciate anybody's love, nobody would be able to work with one another because nobody would be doing anything anybody could trust at all. Society wouldn't work. We can do things because you know, if we make a line and there's people who don't stand in line, then those lines won't work if everybody thinks that the other guy's getting ahead and trying to sneak in. What makes society work is an agreement that we're really not going to cheat or play on other people or do scams on them or mislead them or do a number in all kinds of ways. If everybody's doing that, everybody's not going to be able to trust no one, and then it's all over. So I think this is real serious, and thank goodness there's not all of us are like this.
Yes, sir. You had a question.
Yes. My question is basically to the whole panel. What satisfaction do you get from sponging off of people, and what if the shoe were on the other foot?
Sure. Yeah, let me ask the spongers about this. Yes?
I think that, I can't speak for Jay, but for myself, I don't consider myself a sponge as much as somebody who sort of saw what's happening. I mean, it's just like everybody's telling you, don't eat a lot of red meat, don't smoke a lot of cigarettes, don't drink. The same kind of thing, you know, it's sort of the forbidden discourse here is that you're not supposed to try and get things for free. And we're saying, well, no, you can actually celebrate it. Why not try and get as much as you can for free and, you know, try and enjoy yourself?
Isn't that like the wrong, to me, the message should be, why don't you teach people in America how to work for what you get and earn what you get? Yes, ma'am.
I agree with the spongers only because we work too hard. What's a little extra on the side? If it comes free, take it.
But, okay.
I'm a hard-working girl, and I don't think it makes everyone in the society bad. I just think we should get a little
Okay, so what happens if you're taking something for free and then we all end up paying the price for it?
Montel, I paid the price before, so all right. So let's get some.
Pepper, this is the attitude. What do you think about this?
I think America's in trouble. I mean, I think that it's not free for somebody. Somebody is working hard. The woman who's given her nephew the money, or this guy is, you know, that money came hard to her. And a lot of people work with what they've got, and they want to be kind, and the last thing they think they're getting is ingratitude. What they get, these people, the thing that really surprises me and makes me feel bad for everyone is the person who's getting something is really looking at the person who's giving it generously with contempt.
And they have to, you know, they're looking at their friend with the big S on their forehead, like sucker.
What, I mean, what does friendship
we know that,
mean?
right, Sharon?
No. Friendship means kindness and helping each other. Friendship can never be a one-way street.
Yes, ma'am.
You say that these people that you sponge off are your friends and that you love them. To me, you're just using them. You don't love nobody.
Yeah, well, I think it's not, you know, the point is not so much whether sponging is good or bad. You know, it's pretty easy to say good or bad. It's more about the appeal of sponging. Yeah, we've been taught for so long how to work and how to be hard that it's kind of nice, we think, to show people, well, if you want to take some time out and sort of get a little bit more out of life and not have to do the 9 to 5 hours, here's how to do it. Because who else is teaching people to do that? And
so what kind of thing,
wait,
give me an example of what you would teach me in your book of sponging, of how to get something for nothing.
I mean, a great date, crash a wedding. right there.
Say this again?
A great date's crashing a wedding.
A great date is
Yeah.
crashing a wedding. Explain this to me. I'm getting married.
You're getting married.
I have a big wedding party.
Big parties.
And
preferably
how
dinner.
do you crash my wedding?
Well, I'm not saying have it.
Well-
It's going to have a lot of extra food and extra drink that you're going to end up paying for anyway, which is probably just going to be thrown out. So, if Rob and his date went there and had a little of that extra food on before it was thrown
How
out,
do they get into my wedding?
Dress nicely.
dress nice and walk in. It's all in here.
Dress nice and walk in. I got you. So I'm just throwing this out here just for kind of a little crack. Let's say that I get married and 90% of the people that are at my party happen to be African American. And then you and your date come walking in.
I think everyone would be.
And do you not think that a husband on his wedding day wouldn't be upset if he walked over at the table where he just cut the cake and saw you with someone else eating a piece of his cake, and he said, "Oh, who are you?" And you would say, "Oh, I'm a friend of the bride." And he looks at the wife and says, "Do you know him?" "No, I don't." Don't you think that a friend would find a very large friend to have you removed in front of your date?
But then again, in the spirit of what Pepper's saying about getting along, the spirit is that there are just a lot of different type of people at that wedding getting along at that point. So I don't see why that's
Maybe
bad.
make some new friends. Maybe we'll become friends with you and you'll become friends
Yeah,
with us.
when I come to visit you in the hospital with the bruises on the top of your head. Yes, sir, you had a question.
I just wanted to make a comment.
Sure.
You had a list there about of things that people would do, and not that I've done this, but I have known people.
I love when people say that. Go ahead.
They have ordered their dinner, eaten half of the dinner, plucked a piece of their hair out, put it in the food, and actually had the nerve when the waiter come back to say, "Don't your cooks wear hairnets? You know, what is this? This hair's in my food."
And what does the waiter say?
"I'm sorry, we'll take the tab." And I've actually even known them to get not only lunches then, but to do this several times and to actually get free lunches. We'll come back again, we're sorry that this happened, and, we'll get you squared away. And
Now, do you think anybody gets hurt when this happens? Is there?
I think so. In that case, I would think so.
Yeah, well, okay, so that's that case. But here's your own book here. You say, how do you get free breakfast? Raid your parents' cupboards. Doggy bag dive in your parents' refrigerator. Go to a friend or relative's office while enjoying a free cup of coffee, find the company refrigerator and sample other employees' lunches. This one here, I know this is probably, it must be a joke book.
Jay wrote that part.
Wait. This one here, I want the two of you, since you wrote this book, I want you to try, you from Manhattan?
Yeah.
You do this, please do this at a New York police precinct. Check this out. Visit any police station. File a fake complaint. They always have free coffee and free donuts there. Can we shoot these two guys real tight for a second? All my buddies in New York and the New York Police Department, they come in, they're lying. But I'll tell you what to do. They want a free cup of coffee and a donut. Could you please put them in the cell with Bubba and let Bubba serve it to them? We made some fun and some light about a very serious topic. And Pepper, there is a fine line. This is a joke book, and that's what they want to do is set out a joke book. That's fine, and I think everybody should, if you want a couple laughs, it's some funny stuff in the book, so get the book and laugh. But what do you think about the true people who do this to their friends and people who do this to their family members? What do you think?
I think we shouldn't let them do it. I think we should fight back, both for their soul and for our own. I think it's very important to have values and ethics in this world. I think it's what keeps us together. I think we're all in this culture of more is better, anything free is good, and to take what we can rather than what we should or what we need. We really have to resist that sense of taking and get into relationships that are good and honest and really make a society whole.
You got it. Now, I'll tell you something. Every time you rip off a grocery store, when you do that little scam with the charge twice and then go in and say you charge me double, the prices in your grocery store go up. When you rip off the phone company, when you get your phone bill, the prices of your phone service will go up. So those people who are sponging are just making all of us pay a lot more. So if you have a friend who's into the habit of doing these kinds of things, don't let them sponge off of you, and make sure they understand that it's not just hurting the people in that nebulous they, whoever they are. There's a real person behind that, because if you walk into a place and let's say it's a fast food restaurant and somebody gives you back the wrong change, if you have the nerve to walk out and keep that money in your pocket, let me just tell you something. There's a child or a person who's trying to feed their family and had to take that money that you walked away with out of their pocket and put it back in the register. The company doesn't absorb those prices. We do. The individual does. So there's always a face behind who you rip off. Join us on next Montel Wednesday.